Hiyo haina neighbors.
Nimekata ingine moja by mistake.
Yeah. So like a year ago, we started planting arrowroots on our farm. That's because we loved arrowroots so much. But here in the local market, they're so expensive. You'll find maybe I don't know what they're called. There's a bunch or something, 3 or 4 of them going for 200 shillings. And so we just decided to try on our farm. So we looked for seedlings and we tried them here. At first, we were worried because usually, in our understanding, arrowroots grow next to swampy areas, mostly where there's plenty of water. So we tried them at the corner of our farm, where the water, when there's erosion, water comes here, and most of the soil is deposited here, and they actually did very well. I'm sure if you've been following us for some time, you've seen the videos of us harvesting arrowroots. And so, though we are not experts, we've actually done this for a while, and I just want to show you how we do it here at the farm, how we do it locally at the farm, how we plant new seedlings, where you get new seedlings from, how we plant them, at what point we harvest them. Yeah. So what you do in our understanding, and again, this is not an arrowroot growing area, so it could not be perfect, but this is exactly how we do it here at the farm. So what you do is when you want to harvest arrowroots, we look at the plant itself, and when you see it's produced several, I don't know what they call suckers or what, but several new plants next to it, around it, so we know this one is ready for harvesting. And what we do first of all, because you have some places, because we need to keep on harvesting arrowroots on the farm, we plant the small ones in another place so they can also give birth to new ones. Yeah, so what I do is for us to tell that the arrowroots are ready for harvesting, we look at the plant itself. And you can see like these two big ones, they've already given, let's say, lack of a better word, birth to new ones around them. You can see this one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around it. So what I do is, first of all, before you actually harvest this one, I remove a couple of the small ones here, which are going to be like my seedlings for the next, for planting. So I'll take this one and plant it. I can just show you where I'm going to plant. Yeah, so over the last few months, again, we have a lot of soil that's being deposited here at the corner of the farm. And I thought this is very fertile, so it's the topsoil. So when I get the small seedlings of arrowroots, I come and plant them here. And I believe they're going to do very well. And these are going to be our next harvest for the next, maybe for the next few months, 7, 8 months or so. So I'm just going to plant. Let me look for a nice space. You can see there's several of them here planted, like this one, this one, this one, this one. There are quite a number of them. Just want to add this one here. Looking for some space that is idle. Where do I put them? This one here. So let me just put it here at the corner. And the reason I'm putting them here is that this soil retains water very well. It drains well, but if you dig below, there's a bit of moisture. And that's why I think the arrows are going to do very well over here. So I'm going to dig a nice hole and just put it inside there and put back the soil. Yeah. So the next part is harvesting the arrowroots. But I've shown you how we actually plant. And then that one's going to give birth for more of them, more like 5, 6 of them. Then we're going to get from there and plant somewhere else. So that we'll always have arrowroots on our farm. However, but the other thing I need to let you know is that some disadvantages of rain-fed agriculture is that normally when it rains, it's so easy to harvest these things because the soil is nice and wet. You just pull them out. But now it's not rained for 3 or 4 days, and the soil here is so dry. You can see the soil is so dry. So it's going to be a challenge harvesting it, but I'm going to try and do it as careful as possible so I don't destroy the arrowroot below. So usually what I do is I just cut the roots around the arrowroot. I use this machete or pangas locally known here to cut the roots around it. And I'm being careful also not to destroy the young ones that are growing around. We got one here, sizable. So I'll just come here and cut whatever you're going to eat. That's what you're going to consume. So I'm not going to throw this one away. I'm just going to cut off the leaves like this. And since it has a bit of roots, I'm also going to plant this again. And in the next couple of months, we're going to be harvesting again this arrowroot. I'm sure it's going to grow very well. So again, I want to plant on top there because there's a bit of moisture on the ground. And I'm not sure how many days it's going to be before we get the next rain. I don't want this plant to die because of lack of water. So I'm going to put it there because there's moisture there. You can see this soil has a bit of moisture. Just place it inside there, give it a bit of soil, and it should be okay. Ni kubwa kuliko hiyo, nasema ni kadogo. So yeah, we've shown you how we plant our arrowroots by taking the small ones growing on the sides and planting them. So these ones are 3 months old now. We planted this one 3 months old. Actually, slightly after we planted the maize on both sides is when we planted this one. So they could be around 3 months old. But you see, these ones are doing very well. For 3 months old, some of them are already giving young ones from the sides. You can come close and show this. Some of them are giving young ones from the sides. You can see this one. Something is appearing here. And they're very healthy. And these ones are not next to the river or in clay area. This is loam soil that is very well drained. So yeah, the rain has caught up with us today, but you can see they're very healthy, and we'll have arrowroots here for a while to come. But we're happy they're very healthy. You can see the leaves on some of. Look at this growth. It's very good growth. If you can see on what's happening here is that we had hailstorms a couple of weeks ago, and this is the rain that did this. We had quite heavy rain, hailstorms, and they ripped the leaves apart. So not only the arrowroots, but even the maize were ripped apart. Even some banana leaves were all ripped apart. But you can see, we are not experts, but we are doing very well with arrowroots, and you're very happy with the arrowroots. So we'll keep on informing you on this, keeping you posted. When you're going to harvest, we're going to show you. We put this one. We added manure a couple of weeks ago, chicken manure, and I think that's why they are doing very well. So we're happy with this. Hii ni mingi inakuja. In our quest to be self-sufficient food-wise, we try to grow as many crops as possible. Even when you get maybe seedlings from which don't grow locally, we just come and try them on our farm, because we are looking at a point that in a few years from now, we'll be growing almost all our food on our own farm, either keeping animals or crops. And so this was one of the video you're showing you how we started farming arrowroots. We are not perfect per se, because it's a crop that we've just come into contact with it very recently, but we are learning slowly as we do it. And as I said, we try to plant as many crops as possible. Do we succeed? Well, not always, but this is an example of one that has succeeded, though we are doing it in our own way. We don't know there's a perfect way. As always, we'll always appreciate your feedback, and especially those who are growing crops or in this journey of self-sufficiency like us. We enjoy your comments. We're also learning from you each and every day when you engage with us. And if you actually do arrowroots, please give us more advice, so that as we keep improving, we get more information and we become as perfect as those who actually will be doing it for a longer time than us. So as usual, please go to our comment section, engage with us, share this video, and also like the video. And if you are new to our channel or you've not subscribed, we really welcome you to come on board and keep our family, our self-sufficiency family growing. So we welcome you on board. Please go to the subscribe button and hit that button, and welcome to this self-sufficiency family.